Aloha, you're listening to the Rolling Vets podcast by veterans, for veterans, and civilians alike. I am Lucas Monster, co-host, and I'm flanked by Marine veteran peer, Chris Ellis, and our very, very special guest, former E5, Sergeant of Marines, backbone of the Marine Corps, Andy Bartelt. Welcome. We would like to extend an invitation to you, the listener, to journey inside of our realm to discover what it means to be a rolling vet.
And we are back.
Sure
and I appreciate you. I appreciate you last week giving me a shout out for not being there for that.
Of course. Yeah. So Aaron, I think, filled in the we are back, and I filled in the vet Labz spiel. So we had the vet Labz here. So the link, I promise you, will be in the fucking description. We keep advertising it. Don't put it in the description at all. The link will be in the description for all your vet Labz products. Chris, do you want to go into a little bit about what's coming up? Some exciting news.
We got some new products coming out. We're coming out with a new pump formula. Come out with a natural test booster. We got shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got shaker bottles, we got weight belts, baby. We got wrist straps. You can stay strapped up. All right,
shit.
Head on over to fucking VetLabs.com.
Stay strapped, get clapped.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
Right.
Fucking get some. Yeah, like I said, link will be in the fucking description. Get all of your military grade supplements to ensure that you remain tough, smart, and disciplined. Right?
Hey, bruh.
So all right. That discipline shit went out the window.
Yeah.
Yo, look at that fucking beard.
Yeah, speaking of which, so we have a very special guest today, Andy. Love to have you on. You served with us in 3-3. You were actually, and we'll get into this a little bit too, you were actually part of a different unit before 3-3, PCS, or PCA, right? It's PCA to 233. Yeah. Got transferred. I think there's a funny story behind it, if I remember correctly. I'd love to get into, but tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, what kind of led to you entering the military, specifically the Marine Corps.
Well, I'm from Minnesota, small town, little country bumpkin, fucking middle of nowhere place.
Nice.
And my grandfather was in the Corps, and he always high praises from him. And one day I decided to sign up. And
like,
then,
did you already have like an idea, like when you're going through high school, or not? You just didn't know, and you're just like, fucking, let me just do it.
I was up in the air for a lot of it. Like, I didn't have any plans, and then I sort of thought, fuck, I should come up with something, and there we go. And then,
so why the Marine Corps then?
It's different. Well, my grandpa was in.
Yeah.
And he was like, you don't want to be a bitch, man. You don't want to be in the Army. And well, I signed up, and I didn't sign the contract or anything at MEPS, and I ended up backing out, and I was a total fucking loser.
Whoa!
Like, I was
really
smoking weed and drinking hard as fuck. And
fuck those guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't do that around here.
Told. Well, no, like it was not you guys, but I smoke still now. But anyways, I was just being a fucking loser living at my parents, and one of my boys dropped acid in one of my drinks. They told me I was dead. I was tripping out for like 2 months, and then finally I was just like, fuck it, I'm signing up to the Corps.
If you're dead, what does it matter, right?
Yeah, so it fixed my mental state. So yeah, I told Morrison that story. He laughed at me.
Yeah, I want to hear this story. Can you go into that? Can we elaborate on that a little bit about how you got acid dropped in your drink, and you thought you were, and they convinced you were dead, and then so 2 months you believe this?
Dude, yeah, like 2 months I was in my basement, like my mom like
decomposing,
send me some. Like just trying to contemplate life, man. I was not sure what was real or what, but it was fucking intense, dog.
Damn.
Were you like what, 18 at this time, or what, 17, 18?
Yeah, I was 18. Yeah.
And you had this kind of like psychedelic epiphany, right? Contemplated life and processed it, and the conclusion that you reached was the Marine Corps.
Going to the Marine Corps.
Well, I just needed a change. And that was the one thing that just stuck out, like, get the fuck out of here, like, go and do something with your life.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now
I feel
what
that.
was the process like when you got the recruiter then? Like, how did you choose your MOS? Like, how they set you down to do that part?
Did they
Well, I
remember you?
was uh
Did you
yeah,
get the
they
same
did. They
recruiters?
had
Yeah.
yeah, and they scared me into it. They had a major call me, and I had to explain to this major that I wasn't gonna bitch out again, and it was intense. But
Probably
yeah,
just like
it
that's probably
was
just another like buddy from like a different unit. Like, hey man, just fuck with this kid.
yeah, just like fucking scare this motherfucker so he actually goes.
Well, why'd you? So
But
why exactly did you pull out the first time?
I don't know. I just think it was nerves and uh
Just seemed like a lot.
some of my family members are telling me not to do it, and
Okay.
but yeah, that's how that came about. And
And
it
then
worked
you were
out for
like,
the
who's gonna
better.
carry the boats?
Well, I didn't carry no boats, but
So
just
then,
some dumbass heavy ass radios. That's
yeah.
it.
So yeah, that brings me to my next question. So you were a 0621 field radar operator, now known as tactical transmission operator.
Yeah.
So did you, when you initially went in before you backed out, you said you didn't really sign anything, right? So did you have like an idea of what your MOS would be, or did you come like your second time around?
Well,
Did you have an idea, and why com?
well, I really wanted to be an aviation mechanic because I had an idea. Well, this was before I backed out. I wanted to do aviation mechanic, and because I knew I'd want like a good job after. I figured I'd hook up a job with Delta, and they were like, "Yeah, bro, we can get you that contract for sure." Like, it's fucking. And then I backed out, and I came back, and they were like, "Well, we still got that contract for you. You could go and fix helicopters and shit." That wasn't quite the case. We ended up at 29 Palms real fucking fast. That's for
Oh
sure.
shit. Okay, so how did like that? Did you sign an open contract and then you ended up there like you're
I
fucking
I
com?
I must have. I didn't read the contract or nothing. So
You just signed
Oh,
that bitch? You didn't fucking even
fuck
look?
yeah. We just
God damn,
sent
they
it,
fucking
dog.
that recruiter's
and
laughing
then
his ass
so
off.
how so when did you find out in
Got
fucking
me.
boot camp? Like how did when did you find out that you
MCP.
Yeah.
were?
Yep. Boot camp, bro. Yeah.
Oh my
Luckily, I
god.
scored high enough on the ASVAB to get something other than grunt. That's for sure.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, that's so you thought you were gonna be an aviation mechanic, probably get sent down to Pensacola, split your time between that and
Yeah.
what Lejeune or Cherry Hill, wherever they do half, depending on what
Fucking.
aircraft you work on, you get sent to a different place halfway through your aviation school. I only know that because my best friend who I enlisted with ended up being an aviation mechanic. And I would love to have him on because he actually, so he tells me something. I think we all pull like something from our experiences, like stressors, like things that like still bother us from like time to time. His, because he was an aviation mechanic, specifically worked on V-22s, so Ospreys. You know, those things were always
Yeah.
fucking broken. He
Those are
said,
dope.
he said he would have like nightmares and shit about like he'd wake up cold sweats, like did I tighten that screw, like did I fucking tighten that bolt, like just like the little things and like that kind of stuff just like would really eat at him. And that's 5 years working like 14-hour days doing that shit, man.
Dude, those motherfuckers are the rocks of the sky. Those are the ones that always crash.
Exactly, like fuck that shit. So what were your first impressions when you found out that you're going to be calm? Like were you just like fuck it, let's roll with it? Like
Yeah, I didn't have too big of an issue with it.
yeah.
It sounded pretty dope. Because my one of my instructors from um, combat training or whatever, he had a bunch of buddies, and he was like, "Dude, calm is where it's at." I was like, "Okay," because I
All
was a
right.
little bit stressed during MCT or whatever.
Yeah, not knowing what it was.
Yeah,
And then so you get sent to your first unit. Which unit was this?
VMU 3,
VMU 3 out of
flight
Kaneohe.
deck. Oh yeah,
Yeah, fucking. So you
it's
get sent
pretty
to like
sweet.
pogue ass unit.
Pogus to the pogue. Here I'm expecting like infantry, like gonna be working with all these radios, and boom, dude, 148s, and I
All
didn't
right,
even hardly touch them, bro. Like I counted them. That's all I did. It was a joke.
Before we hop into unit, what was your reaction when you found out you were getting stationed in Hawaii?
Right away, I was pretty pumped.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
But
Did you
I
have- did
wanted
you-
I wanted to go to Japan. Just
Really?
Oh shit.
yeah.
Why is that? Why is that? Well,
Just to get out of the
we
country,
still
have an
ended up going to
experience.
Japan, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Yeah. So it worked out. But I'm glad I didn't get stationed there after seeing the fucking soaks
Yeah.
in the comm world. I can't even remember what units out there. Fucking
Yeah. Oh, well, like fucking eighth crime.
yeah, eighth crime. Them
Eighth
fucking
crimes out
sorry
there.
sap.
Yeah, fucking yeah. It's anarchy apparently in the comm world out there. I'm glad we were like 3,000 miles removed from that bullshit. But so that's awesome. 0621. Get to the unit. Pogue ass shit. Like fucking, it's an aviation unit. What's your experience like there while you're in this unit, and how long are you there for?
Dude, so everybody the infantry unit, it sucked, but there it like just especially sucked. It was like you had no purpose, like other than counting fucking radios by serial number. It just mind numbing, dumb. Yeah, never got to do any training, or it just sucked.
Yeah.
So how long were you with the other unit before you got stationed over the 3-3?
I was there 4 months.
4 months. It's a pretty quick turnaround. So
yeah, I wasn't even a Lance yet. I was a PFC, I think still.
Damn, fucking PFC. So you're
yeah.
So how did you get the 3-3 then?
Fuck, bro. So I was filling out for the government travel charge card, and I kept asking my corporals, like, can I get I needed like a gunny's email or something, and they all just kept blowing me off, dude. And I was getting so pissed because they wouldn't let me leave to go and get chow or anything until it was done.
Yeah.
So finally I was just like, fuck it. And I wrote, F you. What the fuck did I write? Hold on 1 second. It's on my plaque.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit, dude.
I wrote, I don't give a fuck at USMC.mil. And they kicked me out of that unit real fast after that.
What fucking pussies kick you out for that little thing?
Dude,
That's
I got
funny,
a fucking ass chewing from a captain for like 45 minutes. It was bad. And
I can't believe you
like,
fucking submitted that shit, bro.
dude, they were not happy. But I needed to get fucking chow, dog. I was hungry.
You never keep a fucking junior marine from their chow. Like that's the lesson.
Dude,
that's the
don't do
lesson
it.
you learn, dude. Like you never keep a junior marine away from chow. They are food motivated. Food motivated.
Dude, and that bitch ass captain, he got chow that day.
Yeah.
Fuck. I didn't.
Yeah,
So,
leaders eat last, right? What about
yeah. Fucking pussy.
that? Oh my god. So you're sent to you're on the same island, same base. You're sent to a different unit. You're transferred to 3rd Battalion, 3rd Marines. What's it like adjusting to that, especially since you have such a quick turnaround with your time in the fleet? Like you're not even a fucking Lance yet, and you have the reputation of getting kicked out of your last unit. You have a reputation of like that fucking
walk us through
email.
checking in with 3-3 with that background.
It was well, getting told I was going to infantry unit, I was like, fuck, like here we fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do some stupid shit. Like I'm gonna hate life. And then got over there and everybody was pretty chill. There was a couple of hard asses, but I mean it was nice to actually do something and like be a part of something. Like compared to the other unit, it just felt like I was just there, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So but it was a nice change. I think I don't think if I was in VMU3, I went to fucking last in the Corps. I don't know
Really?
what.
You think you would? I mean,
Yeah.
shit. You got kicked out of a unit, and within 4 to 5 months, I think it was only a matter of time before you got kicked out of the Marine Corps if they would have kept you in that unit.
Yeah, that's maybe that was their thought process too. I don't know, but
I want to know why the fuck was not an option for us to kick some motherfucking Marines out of our unit.
You had to get a DUI. You had to get a fucking DUI. It was like the
Yeah.
only way.
No, we had tons of Marines got DUIs in our fucking in the comm shop, and they didn't fucking get kicked out.
I don't know, dude. Fucking dumb.
Wow.
Should have fucking just forced some coke up some, like, what the fuck was his name? Mig. Just force some coke up his nose quick, and hey, he did some fucking blow. I saw him. Fuck, get his ass out of here.
Get him out. Caesar.
Just feed us some from special brownies.
Drop
Yeah.
acid. Drop
Get
acid in
his
his
ass
water.
Hey, I would wish
tell
that on
him that he's
nobody.
dead.
Don't ever fucking do that to somebody, man. That's
Nightmare. Oh fuck, that's so funny. So were you accepted open arms in 3-3? What was like assimilation like?
Oh, I was pretty quiet because I wasn't sure, you know. But Morrison, he came up and he was like, "Yo, let's go do some grilling."
Shout out.
Before I knew it, and then shout out Morrison. And then we had a few beers and just became friends after that. So
Nice.
pretty dope.
Man.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, that is a man-to-man thing.
And then we just, I don't know, it was pretty good. And then got assigned to Lima Company shortly after that.
Like what was that turnaround on that?
I think I was there for a month and a half, and then they told me I was going to Lima 2 months.
To go work with
You went from
with Tejeda.
You went from tripping on acid to fucking, what'd you go to, West Coast?
Yeah.
So Hollywood Marine over here. The NCT, figure out your MOS and boot camp, and then you're thrown a fucking wing unit, and then you're getting kicked out of that. You're thrown to a infantry battalion, and you're just getting adjusted to that. And then they say, "Fuck you, you're going to a line company, bitch."
Yeah,
and you've been in the Marine Corps for less than a year. At this point.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you fucking took it in stride. Like props to you, bro.
You had. Yeah, I mean, Tejeda was a good teacher. He could have been a little bit more hands-on in teaching sometimes, but he's sometimes you got to kick a motherfucker out of the nest, you know?
Yeah.
Get your ass chewed a couple times for fucking up.
Yeah, and that's funny that you should bring that up, because when we speak to our good friend Evan, who we've had on the show as well, like he speaks to that was kind of similar to your leadership style. And is that because you adopted that from Tejeda?
Well, I did, but Weiss left out the part where I showed him what he did wrong. I didn't just it was fucking wrong, and let's tear it down and do something else. So but I could have helped him a little bit more.
Yeah.
You live and you fucking learn.
You gotta kick that fucker out of the nest, to tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he didn't. I'm just glad his old bones didn't break when he fell.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a very interesting concept, though. Is like that's a leadership that you adopted because that's what you were stuck with. Like when you got into the line company, that's all you knew. That's your first impression of, I guess, like kind of like firsthand, like small unit leadership. And how you apply that almost like immediately. Like think about like the turnaround between being the junior RO in a line company and then being the senior RO. Like it's like a year and a half.
Just
and like
one deployment.
Yeah, just
one deployment.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
so how was that for you?
It wasn't so bad because Tejeda had made me pretty much do a lot of it. I mean,
Mhm.
he oversaw me. Don't get me wrong. He was very good leader in my case. So
Mhm.
um, he'd check my work, you know, but overall I was doing the majority of serial number checks and SL3 shit. So
Fucking SL3 pen fucking everything.
the hardest thing for me was talking to the higher ups because I just had that anxiety of like, dude, this guy could fuck my life over so hard. So
Really? Really?
yeah, I had
You didn't like
terrible
interacting.
anxiety.
Yeah, you didn't really like interacting with them.
Um, but I had some pretty good leaders. Lieutenant Paul, he was pretty dope. You guys hated Major Jones, but I thought he was good for Lima Company.
Yeah.
He was a sleazy motherfucker.
Yeah, I see. I think he just hated H&S Company. So
Well,
I
I
never
had
really.
a little side story
I never
here.
had him. Yeah.
Our first PTA, him and our master sergeant got into it. And
Oh,
well, no, well,
really?
actually, our master sergeant and our first sergeant got into it.
Oh, Butler, Messer Butler, about what
Yeah,
fucking Goody did.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I do remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Major Jones was there, and it had to do with Master Sergeant not standing at parade dress when he was talking to Major Jones.
Mhm.
And I was always I'm a fucking data marine, obviously, so I was always in the COC and shit. And I come in there after, and fucking First Sergeant Ray and Major Jones pull me out back, like just them two, like, hey Ellis, come to talk to you. And I get back, I'm like, all right, I First Sergeant, get out there, I'm at parade dress, shit. Like, oh, relax,
Yeah.
chill out. And then they're like, so does Master Sergeant Butler, does he act out at all? Like try to get me to like try to like
Snitch
tell
on
on him
him.
and some
Rat
shit.
him out.
And I was like, and I fucking was like, I'll play dumb, like, oh no, he's awesome. And then I went right back and I fucking like told Captain Voss everything. And they're like, don't tell your officer we told you
Wow.
this, or don't tell them we told you this. And I was like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm loyal
Wow.
to my fucking comm guys. Like, you
Yeah.
ain't shit to me.
I didn't hear that at all. I
No,
didn't
no,
know.
that was internal. That was only between me, Captain Voss, and Master Sergeant. That was just between
Why
us
do you
three.
think
And I
they
Wow.
told
picked you
them.
out, Ellis? You must have looked like a rat, huh?
Nah, fuck you, dude. No, I
They'd
was
be
always
like,
in there, dude.
yeah,
I
this
was always in
motherfucker's be
there.
one to flip. Do you think they
This
thought that?
this motherfucker will tell on some motherfucker.
Yeah. He looks so tight. He
I
looks
ain't
so
saying
fucking tight.
shit.
Yeah, right. Because
But
Mass Sergeant Butler was gone after that, so you must have said shit.
No, I
yeah,
didn't say
Nah, I'm
anything.
kidding.
He
you
was
Like,
guys
gone
ever see
regardless.
that Key and Peele skit of the hood dudes? They're waiting to be interrogated by the cops. He's like, man, he's my cousin. He'll never flip. He's getting fucking treats and shit from the cop. That's probably what they thought you were.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking just
They call it
meanwhile
the
he's just
prisoner
getting
dilemma.
fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile he's just getting MREs and shit. Fucking
Yeah, getting fucking dominoes.
hooked up with Chili Mac and fucking Domino's and shit.
That menu number 10 right there, boy. What you know about
Yo.
that?
Okay, so what is one of your most profound moments in the Marine Corps?
I guess doing beach assault in Thailand.
Okay.
Just I don't know, just seemed pretty intense.
Yeah, talk about it. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I can't really remember a whole lot of it, but I just remember being like, holy fuck, there's a lot of shit going on around here.
Fucking running and gunning.
Yeah.
Fucking a hooking and a jabbing.
Yeah. Sorry, I smoked a little bit before I came back.
Oh no, you're fine.
Kind of zoning out a little bit.
Yeah, you're fine, dude.
But
Thailand was a lot of fun, dude. Thailand was fucking fun, dude. Especially the Philippines, bro. You and I got down in the Philippines, man. Like that's one of my most fond. I think I told you this too. Like offline is like that was one of my most fond memories of the Marine Corps. Is like we're in the crowd, we're just fucking wasted, dude, and like you start singing fucking fucking which song is it? Linger?
Yeah, Linger and we had her sing Zombies too.
Yeah, she was. I think we walked in and she was singing Zombies, and that's when like Gunny,
Oh yeah,
Gunny Aha was like fucking coming over. Gunny Baker
yeah.
was just like fucking
Oh
with
yeah,
us, and then
they're all
yeah,
smoking stogies.
yeah, and then so
Yeah.
we're like standing. There's not. I don't think there were even like enough seats or whatever, but we're standing, and she starts to linger. And like the whole place like gets quiet to hear her sing, but then it's just fucking Andy and I singing with her.
Yeah, yeah. And we're up there dancing up by the microphone and
She
shit.
calls us up there. We're all like singing with her and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fucking. That's such a great time. Now every time I hear that song, like I think about that moment. Like, and I remember sitting there, and a lot of times because they had like a different like singer or someone like every night, and at that hotel we were at. And like I just remember being so wasted, being like, "Oh my god, they're so fucking good! How are they in some fucking hotel bar in some in the Philippines? Like what the?" And then I replay like the videos, like on my phone. I'm like, God, like dude, yeah, no wonder they were there.
Fuck. No, I still have that. I have the picture on Instagram, dude. I look so greasy, sweaty from fucking dancing and singing, booze just pouring out.
Yeah, dude,
fucking
just day drinking all day.
Sweating out. Fuck. Immediately wake up. Like we planned our days around drink. Like, okay, if we get up at this time, we could fucking just go at it.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Like you said it best. Like we planned our days around just getting wasted. Yeah.
And we were in fucking Thailand. We could have been doing so much more shit. So what the fuck were we doing?
Dude, I think about that all the time, and I think that's a good segue into this topic of like kind of, I wouldn't say like regrets, but kind of just reflecting, and you're like, cringe, or like, I wish I would have done that differently, but it's not, it doesn't eat at me like to the point like as a real regret would, I think. And that's one of them is like being able to go to all these awesome places, like to go to Thailand, to go to the Philippines, to go to fucking, Japan, and and South Korea, and all these, Australia, all these places, and fucking base a lot of our free time because, I mean, I'm gonna sound like I'm copping out here a little bit, but I cannot neglect the fact that there are external stressors, dude. And the external stress of the Marine Corps that they put on you, dude, is so fucking crazy, bro. It is so asinine. I can't even put it into words. Like it's like walking. I mean, I say eggshells. I describe. Yeah, it's just eggshells all the fucking time, 24/7 eggshells, like Legos. Bitch. Like that's it's
like you walk out of your room and you have to like be on point. Like you have to have a shaven face, you have to have a haircut, like your uniform has to look good. If you're in civilian clothes, you have to wear a belt, you have to wear fucking like proper attire everywhere you fucking go. And I think I agree with you a lot on like the whole missed out like opportunities and shit. Like we lived in Hawaii. There's so much to do in Hawaii, but we were like just partying all the time. And I think it was kind of like a release for us. Like it's kind of way just to let fucking go.
A little valve, just like
I remember going to Mindy's in South Korea, and my bar tab that night was over $400. I did 33 shots that night, had to be carried.
Dude, the bar tabs, fuck.
The bar tabs are insane. I don't think I could go back and drink with myself without dying.
No. Dude, I'd go back and slap my fucking face for spending that much money on booze.
Yeah, bro. And when I got out of the Marine Corps, and I did stack up like a decent amount of money towards the end, that I could be like comfortable that like, okay, I could maybe take, I could maybe be unemployed for like maybe 6 months, and like not have to worry too much. Cause you get out on terminal, like terminal helps a lot. Like you're out a fucking month or two early and you're getting paid that entire time. Like that is like that's like so tremendous. So like that combined with like a little money I stacked up, because luckily like when I got out in 2020, it was like 2 months after we got back from deployment. So like deployment, I was still going out and getting fucked up, but not to the rate as I was usually doing it. And but looking at that number compared to like guys like Evan, when he told me his number, I mean, obviously he's like really good, like with being like
saving money
stuff.
And shit.
Yeah. But like, and then other dudes I knew that really set themselves up, like, because they didn't fucking do the shit that I was doing. And I'm like, I do kick myself in the ass about it. It's like but at the end of the day, like, yes, it would have been cool to do maybe some of these extra things in these places that we lived in or visited. But I mean, I can't deny I did have a lot of fun. Like, it's like
Oh
I
yeah.
cannot fucking
I
deny
mean,
that I
I
had
don't
fun.
think I don't think I'd take back any of the memories that we did, and
No.
Yeah,
they're
even the
all
ones
the
I
good
can't
ones.
remember,
They're hammered. Yeah, dude. There
Half
are
of
so
them.
many things that I do not remember about that place.
Yeah, and it put us. I think it put us on such a, and that's funny because I think we were all like relatively on the same level here when it came to like substance use in the Marine
Yeah,
Corps.
fuck.
So like, yeah, I think we were all on the same page here. Um, and I think what it was like a very like vicious like emotional cycle / roller coaster in which like when I was like getting drunk or like looking forward to getting drunk, I was like really on this high, dude,
Yeah,
really on this high. And then like
like
when I was stuck in the field and fucking doing bullshit and whatever, I was just like
yeah,
really, really fucking low. And I get depressed. I mean, everyone gets depressed, and like veterans have a whole nother depression. Like you talk about depression blanket, like throwing like a whoopee on top of that depression whoopee, and that's your veteran. And like it's still, to me, it was like such a deep level of like depression there than I kind of have now. I think it was such a different level of despair because you're within the constraints of the military, so you knew you couldn't get out, you knew you couldn't go
yeah,
anywhere, you knew that you were trapped.
yeah. Just the fucking prison. Like, you better have your fucking face fucking shaved. That shit
Yeah.
fucking sucked. Sure,
How did you navigate it?
dude. The face shaving thing that sucked because
Yeah.
I'd shave in the morning and they'd send me back to shave again. It's like I shaved a fucking half hour ago, man. Like
Yeah.
it looks like I got fucking stubble.
Yeah.
But no, the pressure is definitely unreal on Marines. That I don't. I That's one thing I wish that they would like fix. Maybe alleviate some of that shit for some of them
Yeah.
guys. But
But you can't, I mean, can
yeah, I
you?
mean, there's no way to
Like
do it. I suppose.
iron sharpens iron, right? Right,
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it builds a lot of mental fortitude. I mean, even now that we're out, it's like I feel like we can handle situations, a lot stressful situations, better than others. Like I work in IT, not a very stressful job at all, but a couple weekends ago we had do a big project, and there were these two other guys working with, and they were freaking out, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, like we're just putting in switches. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, calm down. It's like
Yeah.
we're nothing's going on right now. We're not getting screamed at. Fucking like
Yeah.
we're not getting pissed on. Like we're just putting
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
switches. Like just
Yeah.
fucking just calm down.
Yeah.
And it's helped
Nobody's
out in like
fucking
even
dying here.
like other like real life situations. I don't know if I told this story on a podcast yet, but like I saved my buddy's life when he was drowning one time.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
one where you were
when I
like,
first got out. Yeah, and like I remember being underwater and holding him and being like, if I like don't get my shit under control right now and don't like calm down and like figure out what the fuck to do, like I'm gonna fucking drown.
mhm,
And I think having that like moment of clarity is like, all right, move forward.
yeah,
What's the next step? And that's another thing in the military is like always like, what's the next fucking step? You take it like chow by chow, day by
mhm.
day, you know.
Yeah, chow chow church to church.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does give you a lot of structure in your life. Like, um, like I knew right away once I got out, I was on my own. So I was finding jobs and I had shit lined up like before I was even there, you know what I mean? Like I was anticipating problems that I was gonna have
Yeah.
and I don't think a lot of people really have that anymore. Like people are sort of fucking like other than military, it seems like people um, they just wing it and then whatever happens happens. They don't have any plans for anything or
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny you should say that. At one of my one of my friends at my school, that at my college, he's a former Marine. He actually knows Terrence. Fucking he said Phil. Summerfield. He knows
oh
Summerfield.
Oh,
Summerfield, yeah.
Summerfield.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, I
He
forgot the
knows.
first name.
Yeah, he knows Summerfield. And And he literally just said this to me today. It's so funny you should say that. And he was talking about sitting next to some dickhead in class, right? Some kid, some dumbass kid. And he was like how does everything just like work out for you? Like how does everything just like kind of like fall into place like for you? And it feels like we kind of have to work, or it's seemingly that we have to work a lot harder to kind of to make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a lot of people, they fall back on their parents. So it seems like new generations there. Oh, I'll just do this until mommy and daddy have to fucking save me.
Yeah. So how was that adjustment for you then?
Yeah.
For
like getting out, like transitioning to becoming a veteran, like civilian.
Right
checking
away.
In the Civ Div.
Right away, I was pumped, but then a couple weeks in, I was just missing all you guys. Started drinking a lot more. It was pretty bad. I ended up getting a DWI 9 months after getting out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was working, so I was able to take care of myself, but it was a struggle getting out.
Yeah.
Missed friends, but it was weird too, just seeing these trash people walking around, like going to Walmart, fucking fat motherfuckers. Like, oh my god,
everywhere,
dude.
they're fucking everywhere, dude. Nobody takes care of themselves. No. Nobody.
Dude, get off your fucking rascal and walk around, fat fuck.
So that you maybe still carry that mentality, huh?
Yeah,
fucking nasty civilians, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess some people can't help it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some people fucking genetically can't do it. I don't know if I believe it, but
I don't believe that shit.
What? Believe what shit?
I think
genetics is why somebody's fat.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. That's shit that they say.
It's not a thing. It's just calories in versus calories out, bro.
So it was kind of, you said you had a lot of jobs lined up, or you had like a lot of things like lined up because you knew you were going to be on your own, struggling with, being away from the homies. That's always the big thing. And as time has gone on, it's been, you got out in what year?
19.
So it's been 4 years,
yeah,
or coming up.
You've been out as long as if you did 4 years. If you're listening, 4 years. How does that feel now that you broke that barrier, that you've been out longer than your contract was?
It's a little weird knowing that I'm not on IRR anymore or whatever, the reserve thing.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. It's kind of nice. I kind of moved on. I have a lot of good memories, and I don't think I'd ever change anything. It kind of does suck not being involved in it anymore. If that makes sense. Like with because I feel like I'll feel incredibly guilty if we end up going to war and I'm just stuck here,
Yeah.
Because if that happens, be 30 something, I'll be getting waivers like Weiss or something.
Yeah.
I'm already fucked up, so I don't know. So that makes me feel a little bit upset, I guess, that I don't have that. But
I don't know. It's definitely a weird feeling. Like I have my blues are hanging up in my closet, and every once in a while I'll move something and I'll see them. It's like looking at them for a second and be like, well, that's that chapter's over, and I'll keep moving on. And there's a Marine Corps veteran artist. It's like Ben Carlson or something. I forget his name, but he has a picture he drew of that exact scene. And I'll send the shoot over to you, Moss. We can maybe put it I'll put it up in the chat. But it's a cool picture, and it makes you reflect for a moment. It's like, all right, well, that chapter's over.
Yeah. So what does that look like for you guys? Like, what does that look like when we say like that chapter's closed? Like, is it just something that just passively came? Is it something where you have to really come to grips with and like process like intrapersonally?
So I actually was asked that question and discussed that with one of my really good high school friends. And the way I explained it is I've had 3 different lifetimes. I feel like I had my pre-Marine Corps lifetime growing up, going through school, high school, graduating high school. Then I had my Marine Corps lifetime, which was a lifetime that only you guys know, but nobody here does. Nobody knew my day-to-day life. None of my friends and family did. None of my mom did. My dad didn't. My spouse doesn't know my life, what it was like. It's a completely different lifetime. And now I have my post Marine Corps lifetime. I'm out of the Marine Corps now. I'm getting settled into my career. I'm settling down, buying a house, all this stuff, and it's like worlds apart from what I used to be. Like it used to be, waking up, fucking running a couple miles over for PT, whatever for PT, doing shit with the boys, going on field ops, like fucking, I mean, doing shit that I never thought I was gonna be able to do or never experienced in my life until I joined the Marine Corps. So it's moving on, but not forgetting, I always like to say at the end of the podcast, like, hey, reach out to your boys. I feel like when you get out, you go through those certain struggles like we all did. Only the boys know that. So it's good to stay in contact and also talk about our memories. I mean, we're on here fucking laughing and shit, telling these fucking stories. Like it's funny. It's a different lifetime, and it's fun to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It is a little different being out of this shit. You miss trying just seeing your friends every day. You miss that, obviously. I said that, but it's almost like you just miss the environment, even as stressful as it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you miss the I don't really know how to describe it. Like you just miss seeing all the shit that was going on, like dudes fucking PTing, or
Yeah.
like there's some dudes fucking they're going to the club, like
Mm-hmm.
all the stuff that's going on base, and now it's kind of like, oh, I'm just a fucking ant fucking
Yeah.
in this
It's funny
little.
you should say ant, because then would you call that control? Would you say you had more control because you knew everything that was going on around you? You knew that when limbo, you knew when you're gonna fucking eat, you knew when you're gonna
Yeah,
you knew when you sleep and all that stuff. You knew like what you could do on the weekends, what you were gonna do on the weekends, because you almost the same shit every weekend sometimes, So like,
yeah,
so would you say is like control?
yeah. There's uh well, I mean, maybe not so much control, but like just the, the structure, like just
Structure.
you
Okay.
knew what was going on, what you could. Uh,
The predictability of it.
yeah, predictability. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what, for me, what like closing the chapters look like. I don't know. I feel like, um, you know, I'm what, like 3 years. We're what, Chris, 3 years removed
Yep.
now.
Just pat, well, 3 years, 2 months.
Yeah, 3 years, 2 months, like removed from being out. And like, I feel like, I don't know. It's always it's a weird thing, because like Chris, just like how you put it, like it's like different parts of your life, right? But like those different parts of your life like make up like your identity, right? And you have your identity of like, which is like which is avowed. Your avowed identity is like what you see yourself as, what you believe yourself to be. Like I believe myself to be a veteran, like I believe myself to be a male, like I believe like all the, it could be anything. And that could be like performative in nature, you know, uh, like it's something like putting a fucking, little license. I have my around my license plates, it's like United States Marine Corps, like, or somebody put it on your fucking sticker, or just wearing, your old, like some of your fucking old shirts, like out, like your fucking J Dubs hoodie or whatever, out in town, or just whatever. It's I'm not when you do that, I'm not sure if that chapter's ever closed, you know, because it's always going to be a part of you. But I guess like experience wise, like, you know, like there's never going to be an experience like it. I've made my peace with that, and if that's my chapter being closed, and then yeah, I would say like my chapter's closed. That, you know, and I think if I brought it all the way back to like when I was in high school, like my junior year, I had a defensive coordinator, and he served like 20 years in the Army. And he told me like my junior year, he's like, hey man, if you love like this environment that you're in right now, like the football environment, like the structure of it all, like the camaraderie, like of it all, he's like, you're never going to get that anywhere else but the military. He's like, I promise you that you're not going to get it anywhere else but the military. And I think that really stuck with me, because that was like one of my favorite aspects of like playing sports. And then yeah, I got that in the military, and it's kind of and we can speak about this, like we'll go around the horn here, like when we'll speak about the homies, you know, like knowing that you have this profound experience with these guys, you know, that's going to live with you forever. These guys, you know, they're going to stick with you forever, like in your hearts and your minds. But it happens so early in your life, and now you still have to live the rest of your life. Like we're still young, so like how does that make you feel?
So I'll go ahead. I'll let you go first.
No, you go first, bro. I need to think on.
All right, so I kind of lost my thought for a second.
I fucked it up.
No, you're good. You're good. I feel like Mas, you go.
Oh, okay. I mean, for me, I don't know. It's daunting. It's a little scary. It's a little it feels manageable though. Like that's the thing, is like I think one thing that Andy, you made me think of when you were talking about like that feeling of not only like of like you said that like you miss the environment, though you knew like it was like the pressure, like the stressful, like you knew it was going to be stressful. And I think a part of that was kind of like this toxic relationship with the environment of like, man, this is so hard, but I know I'm fucking pulling it off. Like it's a constant, like it's a constant. Did I shave? Yep, I fucking shaved. Am I wearing my fucking uniform? Check. Yeah, I'm fucking squared away. And it was like a big deal to be fucking squared away. Like you're like, yeah, this motherfucker squared away. Like, and that was the norm. Like that was the fucking norm. So you always had that like kind of like constant reassurance and affirmation of like, yeah, that's fucking me. That's fucking me, you know? And out here in the civilian world, like it's not really like that. And that's why I think it makes a lot of sense why people kind of resort to like social media and like the instant gratification of things. Because I do miss that, you know. I do kind of miss like, you know, feeling like a fucking hot shot all the time, you know. And you don't want to be that fucking, and you don't want to be that like veteran hot shot dude, because those dudes are the fucking worst, you know. Like so, but like
the guy that's always bragging about being a veteran.
Exactly. So for me, like I had to come to grips with that, but to deal with like my relationships with my friends and knowing that I experienced something so profound with them, and looking towards, you know, my future, you know, that having that experience of like, you know, walk on eggshells all the time and like having to pull it off, like that gives me the impression that it's manageable, that I can't handle it. Like I know I can manage it, and I know that, you know, but also it's also the realism of it all. I think is something that is given us, our experience has given us, is like it's not gonna be easy, you know, like it's just fucking not. But like you just have to take it. Like you just have to, like you bouncing around everywhere within your first year in the Marine Corps. Like you just have to roll with it. Like you just have to fucking keep running. You just have to keep moving forward. And I think knowing that I have guys like you both, and Aaron, who couldn't be here today, and everyone else has been on the podcast, and all my other friends who haven't been on the podcast, and every fucking veteran listening, like I know that we can do it together. I guess, knowing that I still had those relationships and that we were literally forged, like by fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's no quit.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you rope us all in like together.
Oh yeah. That's like, there isn't a veteran that you wouldn't stop to help, like even you wouldn't even have to been in the same unit.
Yeah.
Or even the same branch, really. Like everybody just knows that you're gonna be there for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You find your thought, Chris?
Yeah, going back to the homies, man. Different aspect of that that I thought of was, we all grew up together. That was a point where most of us just got out of high school. We never lived on our own, and we're thrown to different parts of the country, all over. We're put into a very stressful environment where we're made to be on point everywhere we go. And I think it made us grow up, and it made the people around us grow up, but we were all there together. And that's another weird thing, like looking back now, especially as we're getting 3, 4, 5, 6 years apart from our service, is looking back at pictures, kind of regretting that I didn't take more pictures, because that's always kind of like a douchebag thing to do, like, oh, don't take pictures with your fucking with your gats and shit posted up. Like, no, like, man, fucking do that shit. Looking back and seeing my boys, and like, it's kind of weird, dude, seeing like a younger version of myself and seeing the younger version of my buddies and shit. And it's like, wow, like I've moved, put some time on since then. I moved to places, been around the world, like I've been seeing some crazy shit, had some crazy experiences. Like, it's cool to reflect on. It's cool that we had the opportunity to all grow up together and then move back to our different parts of the country. Fucking Moss is in California now. You're in Wisconsin. I'm in Ohio, and we're still staying in contact.
Minnesota.
Or Minnesota. Fuck. Sorry.
But because you're in Michigan, right?
No, Ohio. See?
Ohio. Shit.
Yeah. You're good.
He was in Michigan, so you're not wrong.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal. Like, Andy, did you want to touch on it?
Well, as I'm trying to think, man. I don't know. The experiences are by far my favorite part of it, and then camaraderie. But
like, looking forward, how
did
does
you guys got some deep?
Yeah.
Oh, looking forward.
Yeah. So looking forward, how does experiencing all that with your homies, right? Looking forward, like how does that make you feel, like looking into your future, especially like, I mean, we were speaking before, like you're planning for a wedding, like congratulations, you're engaged. So like, and I so like, how does, are you prepared for that? Because that's a big step, and this is a step that's like, would you consider this one of your bigger steps that you've made since you've been out of the Marine Corps, like milestone wise?
Yeah, that's probably one of my biggest steps so far. But in relation to the Marine Corps, I don't entirely understand the question. So like, moving forward, how does the Marine Corps affect my life?
Yeah, essentially.
It's helped me out. It's helped me out with work a lot in the road side, because I just have that endurance, so I'm able to keep up, and it gave me a work ethic that will stick with me forever.
Yeah,
I think, at least until my body gives out, you know. But and gave me a loyalty, that's for sure. I'm a lot more loyal than I used to be as a kid, which goes a long ways, I think, in a person's life.
Definitely.
I mean, nobody wants to have a person that isn't loyal in your life. So
yeah, exactly.
I'd say that's pretty much my outlook and how that affects my future.
Yeah. Chris?
Yeah, it's not as long of a depth or explanation.
What is the question?
That's good. We'll switch up. We'll switch up
Bro,
the
am
question.
I like lost right now? Am I fucking just high as fuck?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
We're all in a pretty good place right now. Like we're fine. But yeah, so excuse me. So transition out now. It's helped you with your work ethic. You know, it's definitely helped you in your job perspective. Like how have like your personal relationships been like since you've been out? Like how could you relate those to the Marine Corps?
I have a lot more patience for sure. It's like
Yeah.
Just listening to people talk. I don't know how that. I think it's from like all the
radio watch.
Yeah, well, probably not the radio watch, but just having to sit through all the shit that we had to do. I just have this patience, and that helps, I think, a lot in a relationship. I don't really know any other ways how it helps me in a relationship.
Like, do you have like civilian buddies? Was it easy making civilian friends?
Oh shit, I have a bunch of good buddies. I make a lot of buddies at work.
Yeah. Any other vets?
What's that?
Any other veterans?
Any other? No, not really. There was a couple of kids that I grew up with. What's that?
The few the proud, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, and when you do get you'll work with somebody who's a veteran, dude. It's like working with just like one of your boys.
Yeah.
We have had on here Michael that I worked with, and I met him at work, and it was like, you know how like Marines are like the gayest straight dudes you'll meet.
Yeah.
It was in like with like 3 seconds with me and him, we're just like, we're boys. Like,
yeah. Do we just become best friends?
Pretty much. Shout out, Michael.
Shout out.
Just explaining all the suppose exchanging all the old bullshit stories probably helped build that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was relatively easy for you to kind of make like civilian friends and to kind of like assimilate back into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was just drinking and shit, so a lot of the booze helped me make friends. But
how's your drinking nowadays?
I've definitely lightened up on the drinking a lot. But yeah, I mean, I'm still friends with a lot of my high school friends. They're not the same, or it's not the same friendship it used to be.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have a friend that's a veteran, I guess. But I do have one that's a veteran, but he's like significantly older and and he was motor pool fucking dude. Motor pool Marine. Yeah, motor pool. So we didn't have too much in common.
Yeah, so you said you live in a small town though, right? And so are there any like, there's VFWs, American Legions. I mean, those are usually the older guys in there too, but there's no other like, some vet togethers, nearby that would you even be interested in going to something like that?
I've been to a couple. I am a member of a Legion, but I went to a couple meetings and I just sort of hung out in the background because it was all older people, so like these dudes are all in NAM and shit, so Desert Storm.
Those are some cool fucking stories, bro.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, talk to those dudes. I used to work at a VFW, National for Children. It's a nonprofit organization helps out veterans and their families that are transitioning out of the military. So shout out them. Anybody needs help? If anybody needs help, go to them.
Send me their link. I'll put it in the description.
Probably should do that, but
okay, well we won't. Yeah, you're right. That Labz will be in the description.
Yeah, damn right. But But
I don't know. I've had a hard I have a hard time talking to some people. I don't know. I have a weird anxiety about talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, if somebody comes and talks to me, I have a hard time having like a real conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself just rambling about stupid shit, or I'll make a joke. So,
Yeah.
but um, yeah, I guess I should try it sometime. Maybe it'd help me build myself a little better.
Yeah.
those little veterans, man, they're cool. They're fun to talk to. Like they're good guys, and they want to talk to the younger generation. That's what I learned working there. It's
Yeah.
like the older generation loves talking to the younger generation. They want to know about your experience. They don't care that you didn't go to combat. Like they don't fucking care. They want to know about like your times. Like that's I would never get asked like, I mean, yeah, I'll get asked if I ever went to like overseas and stuff like that, but they just mainly want to know like, what did you do in your unit? Like what was your MOS? Like how'd you like it? Like that's what they care about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That shared experience, that shared
Yeah.
identity, I think is what they're seeking the most, And I think that's what we're all kind of seeking the most as veterans on the outside world is like you said, Andy, like it would be real nice to have like a veteran, I guess specifically a veteran friend, like specifically like around your age, that you can relate to. I mean, obviously you have us, but we're not out there
You're
fucking
halfway across the
the
states.
country, yeah. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Do we have any final thoughts that we'd like to?
No, I hope this wasn't a waste of you guys' time. You
Oh,
guys
Hell
no,
enjoyed
dude,
no.
it.
hell fucking no,
Hell
dude.
no.
Like this was awesome, man, having you on.
Yeah,
It's
everybody
great talking to you guys.
people love hearing other people's stories
Yeah, and
and just
yeah,
listening about their experiences. It's
100%,
cool.
100%. Yeah, and I think that's the big thing about this podcast, like especially like the besides us bullshitting about like fucking alien theories
Aliens
or
and
whatever,
shit.
like getting high and just getting fucked up and talking about weird stuff, but the interview side of this podcast is like you have an opportunity not only to shoot the shit with us because we're buddies and we all serve together, but to share your story and that people will be able to fucking relate to, and like somebody out there will be able to relate to it. And I think that's the most important thing, is that we weren't the fucking dudes like that went bump in the night. No, we were the average
Yeah,
Joes. Like we it was just an
yeah,
average experience. I wouldn't say an average experience, but we were just the average guys in the military. Like, yeah, sure, we're fucking Marines, so it kind of puts us a little bit better than everybody else. But
Hey,
but like no, but that experience in itself, it speaks for itself. I think it's something that we're always gonna carry with us. It's always gonna be a part of us. And
yeah,
yeah, it's prepared us for what we're doing now. And
yeah.
I think when people listen to this and be like, oh shit, that sounds like something I did or whatever, fucking hop
yeah.
on, email us, shit, fucking just send us a fucking email, and hop on the cast and share your story. But Andy, like I said, fucking awesome having you on. Chris, would you?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
man.
Good talking to you.
Yeah,
Great having
Chris.
you on, brother. Just like every other week, man. Reach out to somebody. Tell them what's up. Ask them what their
Yeah,
biggest bar tab was. Biggest bar
Yeah,
tab in the comments.
yeah.
All
In the
right. That's what we need.
comments,
yeah,
biggest bar
Biggest bar
tab.
tab. All
That's
right.
yeah. So that's that. I'll attach that to the post too.
Yeah.
Like comment
yeah.
your biggest fucking
yeah.
bar tab in the Marine Corps. Okay, we'll
Dude,
throw
well,
ours
I
out
do have
there.
one. I have one more. Dude, I'll never forget this night. Nancy just drained fucking bank account immediately. Called Navy Fed in the morning. It was like, yo, somebody stole my fucking card. It was fucking hilarious. Fucking, I was like, dude, you cannot fucking do that. He did it like multiple times. Come
Yeah.
on, man. Maybe I shouldn't have name dropped him.
No, I'll cut his name out.
Okay,
I'll
cool. Shit.
I'll cut his
I'm
name out.
sorry.
But no, you're good. But like that's fucking funny because I tell that story to people all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, so you want to know how crazy it was, like how dedicated we were to partying. Like I had a buddy who, fucking
Yeah,
did this
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But yeah, the fucking reach out to a buddy, speak to a buddy. you know, it's always, it makes like having you on, Andy, like it makes my heart so full, man. Like it's, you know, we haven't, I don't think I've actually heard your fucking voice in like since you got out, like fucking like 4 years ago, dude. Like it's crazy. Like,
It's been a minute.
yeah, we fucking, it was the Snapchat game for a little bit, and then I hopped off the Snapchat group chat, and then it's just been fucking Facebook messages. Do we have each other's number, right? Do we have each other's number?
I don't know.
I might have it. I do. Everyone in my phone. So this is another Marine Corps thing or military thing. People, if I met you in the Marine Corps and you were a rank above me, chances are like you're still in my phone as that rank, and name.
Yeah.
Like I just changed Argo from Sergeant Argo like the other day. Like him and I were texting, and I was like, fucking, I was like, why do I still have him as Sergeant? Like him and I were literally just chilling like not too long ago. So yeah. But reach out, talk to somebody. Again, for the 1,000th time, thank you for coming on, Andy. And well, here we are.
You guys,
you stuck with us all the way to the end. We thank you.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking.
No,
fuck, my bad. I'm fucking exhausted.
He's fucking ripped right now.
No, you're good.
Dude, I worked 8 hours and then I drove 3 hours too, so I'm just done.
Yeah, Andy got drilled for 3 hours.
Yeah. Oh my god, I drove, dog. Oh.
I drove. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, here we are. You stuck with us all the way to the end. We thank you for listening. We want our listeners to know that if your pack becomes too heavy, don't drop it. The Veterans Crisis Hotline can be reached at 1-800-273-8255 or simply 988 or any VA line in press 7. If you'd like to enjoy more content, don't forget to subscribe, simplify, and keep rolling on.
Yep.